All right, y'all, it's Quantum Mechanic here. We're going to talk about brake pads real quick and brakes in general, but some of the examples I've seen over the last few months of brakes, this guy wore his brakes down to nothing. Same thing here, wore the brakes down to just about nothing, metal on metal. So these are some extreme cases. That one's got like nothing left. And then sometimes you can see like that one's pretty low too. But sometimes really what I want to show you guys is stuff like this, where the pads are unevenly wore. You see how it's thicker here and thinner here? That's usually an indication of either improper installation, doesn't have the retaining clips or spring clips installed properly, or it's improperly lubricated on the slide pins. Right, you can see this one here too, where it's down to the metal here, but you still got a little bit of pad on this side. So it could be extreme cases wore it down a lot, but usually it's a lubrication problem. Right, same thing here. This one's kind of obvious too, where it's thicker here and thinner here. And then this is just, this is crazy. This is improperly installed. It's pretty obvious these weren't the correct brake pads or the correct rotors for the application. You really want to make sure that when you install your pads that it's the same width or thinner than the width of the brake rotor. You don't want to have the rotor thinner, because that's what happens. This brake pad wears down. So if you're looking at it and you don't know what you're looking at, you can say, oh, I had a lot of meat left, but really the pad is worn down. It's two separate cars. I saw that in the last few months, so it's pretty straightforward issues there. And then also some things that you'll see this right here where it's starting to crack. Okay, and then this pad right here looks good, right? It's thick and the face of it looks nice, but if you look here, it's starting to separate or starting to come apart. So some things to keep in mind. Just because the brake pad looks good doesn't necessarily mean, it looks good from the outside doesn't necessarily mean that it's good. When they start to crack like this, they're just old pads and they should be replaced. So yeah, so remember to lubricate things properly, do proper brake inspections. And if a customer has a squealy brakes, it might just be lubrication. So keep that in mind too, guys. All right, if you have any questions, leave them in the comments below.